could.
I'm sending that to Jenny.
All
right.
Greg says
should we
this
start the podcast?
reminds him.
Oh shit! That's not no. TripAdvisor. No. Is
Mark.
before
Right, yeah.
Twitch. Rob.
Should we kick Robin?
What?
No, he's had an harsh day. Leave him alone.
I know he has. He's had a rough day. Let's start the
Great
podcast.
day.
Right, so that means shh. Right, we're ready.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
No?
Right, hang on.
When Mark says shh,
Right.
he means shh.
I'm gonna mute your asses. Right. Oh. Fuck! What are you doing? Oh, my Stream Deck's not playing ball. Hang on, I'll have to do it manually, old school. Oh, what the? Right, okay, we're ready for this. Third time lucky. You muted, I can't hear you. Fuck you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
Sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 565. It's February 9th, 2020, saying it properly and reading it properly right off of our show notes. This is the Overseas Connection podcast. We are a gaming podcast, a family no, we're not family friendly at all. I have to say we are not family friendly at all, but we absolutely are older. Maybe not wiser. Definitely not more mature. But we've been around the block once or twice. Especially.
Hey! Speak for yourself.
Okay.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
All right. There we go. We broadcast every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. in the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. in Central Time Zone. Hopefully, Mark has unmuted me, so you are actually hearing all of this. That would be ideal. We are on Twitch. We're on Mixer. We're on YouTube. And eventually, if we can unlock our account, thanks, Mark, we might actually post the podcast up for audio. And we'll get that to you probably tomorrow-ish. So, that being said, Greg DeLacy, gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. I have the lovely and talented Kim Woods.
Hi, and I can finally see Greg and Mungo now. So, and apparently Mark is like on a street corner somewhere.
No,
are things that
that background is my Saltaire village.
Oh.
In
Mark,
fact,
Mark is actually working a street corner. He needed to pick up a second job.
Right. I should put this on though because
you know.
it's that windy here. I should have one on, shouldn't I? But this is where I really want to be. Hang on. I should practice it, shouldn't I? That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Probably.
So thank you for tuning into the Amateur Hour podcast. We aim to try and show you everything not to do when podcasting. Spinning the decks this week.
I'm professional.
Mark Wright. Mechanics.
Hello, yeah, Mechanics on all the gaming platforms and Twitters and everything, so it's nice and easy to find. Fingers crossed, no internet drops this week. Hopefully, I've done some testing. I did a stream for an hour yesterday and it went all right. I did a test earlier in the week, so let's see how it holds up.
Right, so in other words, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Also on the podcast this week, the man who loves his children dearly, holds them close to his heart, Mr. Robin Tate.
Yeah, my kids are all buried in the back garden now, so I'm free. I'm free. Anybody else wants to have like kids with me? I have pretty good genes. My chromosomes have all the bits and pieces they need.
Did we draw?
And Mark sent shit.
Yeah.
So, hey, hello, it's Robin Tate here. I am in Northern Ireland. I'm in Northern Ireland. Here I am.
Right. That's just east of Mexico, right?
In the middle of Storm Cara, a John Deere tractor blew over in our yard today, and the trailer for it, and it's really, really terrible.
How did Glenn take that news, by the way? I meant to ask this.
Well,
Was he okay
plastic
with that?
tractors are pretty strong. Now, saying that, we're safe and well. Internet's a bit flaky because of the storm, because I get my internet through 4G. But
Yeah.
England looks like it's getting it pretty tough. It looks like a windy day there, a stormy, windy day.
If it makes you feel any better, it is windy out here in California as well.
No.
Okay.
No. Just to add on to Robin's,
raining here.
because my story time's a similar thing.
Are we doing story time?
Well, I thought
Did we not have? We didn't have music or nothing.
We started going into asking
What
Robin
is
about the
going
kids.
on with this? It's just amateur hour. Oh my God! You must be getting older, Mark. You're probably gonna have a birthday soon. Full timer.
Oh, for
No.
goodness sake.
Nope.
Nope. That took you long enough there. Are we gonna have a music time here? What's going on? Let's just. Wait.
I'm just going to drink.
Wait.
Sorry, what are we doing tonight? Is it like what?
I don't know.
Have we
I don't
started
know
the
what's going
podcast?
on.
What's happening?
Yeah, I think we should just restart. No, Mark.
I'm so confused.
Here's what's going on. I was just introducing Robin.
All right, you started on about storms and shit, but
I know.
Yeah.
You jumped the gun. It's okay.
Yeah.
Premature. You haven't,
it's been that long, you know what I mean?
practice.
So anyway, carry on.
Important. We need to recognize one of our newest, oldest members of the podcast team. Filthy had a birthday yesterday. Holy Christ, he is really old. 83.
Really?
I could not believe it. Yeah. It was. I mean, it's not a big birthday, but it's up there. So
He looks
Filthy.
it. He does
happy
look it,
birthday.
doesn't he?
Phil Olsen, yeah, 83. It's amazing. He still has all his teeth. We're incredibly proud. He
I
did
don't know.
lose
I'm
all
not
his
sure
hair.
about that.
Well, they look real. Richard Natras also had a birthday. Surprisingly, not as old as Phil, but right around the corner, 72. Pretty crazy. And then Gary Lever turned 12. So,
I was going to say he's about 13, isn't he?
yep. He's turning 12 on Wednesday, so we definitely want to wish all of them a big happy birthday wish. It sounds something like this.
It's not going well tonight, is it?
No, not at all. This is what you can expect, folks.
It's
The
like
good
we've never
news is,
podcasted before. What the
I know.
hell?
The good news is, we don't charge a Patreon for this, so it's completely free. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get away with charging for this shit, would we?
No, we would not.
No.
All right, now, Mark.
Really?
Hey,
I tell you
yeah.
what. Hold on.
Okay.
I found something in the back of my closet. I've blown some dust off it. I'm going to give it free to someone. Does that sound like a thing? Is that what you do in Patreon, isn't it? You find something, some like cheap thing that has a Mario sticker on it, and you try to give it away. Yeah. Is that what we do?
Yeah, I'm gonna give away this yellow golf ball that had happy birthday writing on it at one point.
Wow.
Some listener, you will probably never see this, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Mark, let's play some storytime music.
Hooray, it's story time. Hooray, it's story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
All right, so yeah, okay, maybe we're not the most organized, maybe we're not the most polished podcast at this very moment, but we've got energy going right now. I can feel
I don't
it.
understand.
Straight.
What's going on, Greg? I mean, for weeks and weeks, Mark wasn't
this is
here.
what- I know.
It's
I
fine.
know. I know. And then he comes back,
So it's all
internet
Mark's fault?
connection problems, and you know what? The worst part, Robin, it was all fake news. It was fake news. It wasn't his Virgin Media who he blasted.
It might
He
be.
put
Was
them
it?
on
Shut up.
blast.
People,
Yeah.
some of the listeners started fucking tweeting Virgin Media, having a go, and I'm thinking, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Really? It was you? What was it? A dodgy cable or something?
No, because I bought a brand new Cat 7 cable. It wasn't the no, I think it was my PC settings. Because
dick.
last week's show with Pete, when it went off, I noticed my Mac was still connected. So I think it was some settings on my PC.
Yeah.
Oh, well, as well as I updated the driver for the network card. And as Kim says, have you installed anything different? I says, yeah, I've put like a split cam software in so I can use one webcam for 2 different feeds. So I took that off. I'm back to 2 webcams now.
Yeah. In the words of our illustrious leader, Donald J. Trump, total bullshit.
He's not
Okay.
Scottish. I know he has Scottish
I think it
blood,
was
but
disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
I think
yes.
it was disgraceful.
Yes. All right. All right. Let's dive in. Let's talk some news. Let's talk our story time. Let's talk about what's been going on in our lives. The news of our lives. It's like a soap opera. The news of our lives. We could make this.
Oh God,
we could
no.
make this. It could be.
Mine would be the most boring soap opera ever.
Well, let's start with you. Then. Come on.
Oh God.
Out with it.
All right. Let's see. I've read all the Witcher comics. Everybody knows here lately I've had a little bit of a Witcher fixation thing going on, and I got all the comics free through the Kindle Unlimited app.
Okay.
So I read all those suckers. They're pretty good. I mean, if you want to dive a little more into the Witcher story, because they're not very long. They're, I don't know, what are they? Maybe 20 pages long. So they're pretty good. And like I said, they're free if you've got Kindle Unlimited. So, why the hell not? My work hours are going to change, not in this week, but next week. I'm going to go back to working from 5:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So if someone
that's a
would
long
please
day.
Tell me about it. So if someone would like to just shoot me now and put me out of my misery, I'd appreciate it.
I'm sure Nancy will help you out.
Yeah, could we put me on the insurance policy first?
Right. Let's see. We've been binge watching Street Outlaws. I don't know if anybody else watches that. It's on the Discovery Channel. It's all about those street drag racer guys from Oklahoma.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Dad's just, I don't know. He used to drag race way back when, like back before I was even thought of. So back in Kansas City. So he's been getting into this. And it's actually pretty good. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like watching the American muscle cars and all that stuff go down the road. But it's been pretty interesting. Cause I mean they're kind of little bitches at times because they both get to fighting each other and calling each other out and this, that, and the other. But it's kind of entertaining. So and there's like 13 seasons. So if you like that sort of thing, go for it. And last but not least, how about them Chiefs? As Oklahoma may know, my football team won the World Series, won the Super Bowl. Now my Cardinals will run the World Series. They won the World Series, yeah. Time for somebody else's story time now. I can't bungle that anymore.
Chiefs were solid. They came from behind. I will say this: Patrick Mahomes. Everybody wants to claim Patrick Mahomes was this great quarterback. He actually sucked for most of that game. He was not good.
It wasn't good. No. Nobody was really good.
The Chiefs' defense deserves the credit for that win. To me, they are the ones that held after Patrick Mahomes gave up back-to-back interceptions. They held them out of the end zone. They kept the game close, and that's all at the end of the day you could ask for. So it was close, and then the Chiefs came back and they iced it. So congrats on the Chiefs.
The last 2 minutes, I just didn't even breathe. I mean, it was just like.
Look, okay, I'm happy for pretty much all of Kansas City. I'm happy for you, Kim. I am absolutely beside myself because my best friend, who is a Chiefs fan, but he's a Chiefs and a Dallas Cowboys fan, so he has dual.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's basically playing both sides of the coin. So
that's terrible.
He claims Cowboys? It's okay because he has one favorite team in each division. I'm like, no, you just gotta.
No. It doesn't work that way. You pick one or the other. You don't have two.
He's also
that doesn't
whiter
work.
than me, and he claims to be 1/16th Cherokee, and so he claims that he's Native American. I'm like, okay, Elizabeth Warren, whatever. So yeah. So
well, it is a fantastic thing for the state of Kansas. I'm very, very, very.
State of Kansas, man. Yep.
Right.
Hey, for the record,
well, that's. I don't know.
We've enrolled as a football player.
Oh,
so
goodness.
That's different.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of
we have Aaron in Karma.
With a horse. Interesting.
So,
okay.
With a horse, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Can we also just point out? Look, Kansas City. Technically, the city of Kansas City is basically dual residency in Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah, it is.
So partially correct in that.
pedantic,
Yeah.
just dickheads.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, all right. Kim, thank you so much for that lovely recap. Mark,
Right.
sounds like you've been dealing with water.
Not me personally, but not too far from where we live. There's a river and a canal. There were some really bad floods in December, Boxing Day 2015. And the river's burst its banks again, and it's filling up the local park and some housing areas. We've had a lot of rain this past 24 hours and a lot of wind, thanks to storm, is it Kiara or Clara or something, which has come from Canada. So, thanks, Fraser.
Damn Canadians.
Yeah, thanks, Fraser.
Freaking Canada.
Thanks, Sarah.
Blame Canada. We need to get that song "Blame Canada" back.
Yeah.
All right, so...
very stormy weather here. What Robin's already mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Can we just talk about the other thing that you did? You locked us out of our Podbean account.
Oh,
Can we just talk about this, Mark?
Yeah. So my nephew's come to see us. He hadn't been up for a while, so he's not seen my man cave. And I brought him upstairs, showed him my new green screen and everything, all the new setup, and he ran about the podcast. And he says, "So how many viewers do you get?" And I said, "Oh, not too many, about between 6 and 10 a week." But I said, "We get a lot of downloads." So I went to log in the Podbean account to show him how many downloads we get. And it wouldn't accept the password. And I tried again, and I tried again. And I got a notice saying, "You've been locked out for 24 hours. But it's not just me, it's everyone.
No, you locked everybody out of this. Yeah. And that's
so there'll be no
because
podcast upload tonight.
Right. We were concerned about Russian hackers, so we'll call it company-wide panic happened within the podcast team.
We took a vote.
Apparently, we took a vote when I was out of the Senate office. And
look, people, every one of our
to...
passwords was exactly the same thing.
Oh, now they are definitely not.
No,
definitely not. They are quite unique.
But yes, so we had to redo all of our passwords, and apparently Podbean did not like this, I guess.
No.
So anyway, we'll see how that all goes. But all right, let's move forward in time. No, I guess it doesn't make sense. Robin, what's going on the 5th March?
Jasmine goes on the 5th of March. So yeah,
I'm gonna miss seeing little pictures of Jasmine. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, so Jasmine goes. She's going to her now. We WhatsApp with her new family. I'm
happy for her
every day. Yeah, so I'm happy for her. Yeah, so
definitely.
Yeah, so that's in our minds quite a bit, and yeah. So yeah, that's what the 5th of March is. So it's funny. It's funny. I even jotted that down. It was unconscious writing that down. Anyway, if you don't know, Judith and I foster children, and Jasmine's number 25. And we've had her since birth, and she's now almost 2 years old, and she's moving on to her forever family in less than a month now. So that's great. On to the next one.
It is good.
Doing a lot of traveling with work at the moment. This time last week I was still working actually for another 3/4 of an hour, and far away in a place called Killarney, which is near the southern tips of Ireland. A long way from here, a horrible old 6.5 hour drive. But it was very successful, very good. I achieved what I wanted to do. And things travel-wise, at the end of this month, my brother's 60. That makes me feel old. Anyway,
that should make you feel young.
We're going to London for his birthday. Funny enough, Judith booked the tickets for this weekend. Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's not just me.
No.
I just want to comment. I lost some Twitter followers this week. I'm not going to go into any detail, but yeah, I mentioned I wasn't not a fan of a certain American president, and some people left me on Twitter. You know what? It doesn't make me a bad person. I'm still here.
It doesn't. No.
But
I think
you
it was
can't...
disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Yes, it was. It was, and in fact, just let me just do this right now.
Good old Nancy.
The last, non-politically, the last 2 weeks in American politics have been the most exciting soap opera anywhere on TV. It's been, and for good or for bad, me here in northern Mexico I have watched, I swear to God, I have watched and listened to every single piece of testimony, everything, the House committees, all the stuff before it, all those hours and hours long of stuff, and all of the Senate stuff. I watched the after interviews as they come down the staircase. I watched them all, even when the reporters were waiting on people coming down in the side of the car, even in the car driving along. YouTube was live. I was listening along to it. It's just unbelievable.
You sound like my father right now.
But it's been so interesting, so good. So yeah.
So here's the funny thing. It actually has been a great civics lesson on the American kind of congressional platform and how it works, and how you have the executive branch, the judiciary branch, and then the congressional branch. They are all checks and balances to one another. And it's been interesting how people have been trying to test the waters, and they've been pushing the boundaries on the limits and how far-reaching these different groups can be. And so if nothing else, I think it has been tremendously fascinating to just watch, and the politics that have been at play, and the kind of maneuvering that has been happening.
Unfortunately, again, this is not political, but I'm just saying it's been very interesting, and I don't know if I'm unique. I'm not in the press. I am not an American. I don't have any relations apart from Greg DeLacy and Kim in America, really.
I know someone else who said they have no relations. President. Anyway.
Anyway, I find it fascinating, just absolutely fascinating. So, but apart from that, it's just.
Yeah.
By the way, I pre-tour these to make sure that I could.
You tested them out a little firsthand.
It makes our politics look really dull, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, for the record, your politics are pretty dull when you guys are in session. The parliamentary procedure is.
Last week, one of the MPs for, I think it's Batley area. She's from Yorkshire. She had a dress on which was shoulder. She's showing a bit of shoulder. There was fucking uproar over her shoulder dress. And yet there's wankers texting and falling asleep while people are talking in the House of Commons. What a bunch of fucking muppets. Anyway, sorry, that's me going on.
Anyway, the last thing I just want to mention is a while back I was listening to a great podcast documentary type thing about the Apollo moon landings and the Apollo missions.
Apollo
and
13?
It was
with the face.
Yeah, and I'm going there.
You would know green screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, he's getting the moon background. Anyway, the podcast was an episodic thing. It was like a documentary with some sound effects and bits and pieces, and a very interesting guy. And it was talked about from the angle of not the astronauts or the big key players. It was from the guys on the booths, from the technical stance. You know, the guys that were in the control room.
Oh, the control room. Okay, all right.
Yeah, rather than the main players. So it was very, very like an inside track to those guys. Anyway, it was free, and you get it on your podcast app of choice.
What was it called?
Well, that one was called it was Apollo 11. How it happened. That's the old one. You'll find it again on this. What we heard, or what we heard, Apollo 11, I think is what it was called. He's released a new one just in the last week or so there. And it's called The Cold War. It's from if you search for The Cold War, and it's by the Esoteric Radio Theater. Again, it's free.
Okay.
And it's about how the Cold War started, and again, what it was really.
Robin just so on froze. Now, Robin's Virgin Media. Although he was saying he was having internet problems.
Yeah, he uses 4G, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it must have been a strong breeze. All right. Well, Robin was trying to say.
And just for Robin as well, I've just changed my scenery. Look, Robin, I'm on the moon, Robin.
Oh, no, you're not. You've got a green screen behind you. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry or not. So again, it's about the Cold War. It's about what was like in East Berlin and America. All the things that were going on there, about the Cuban Missile Crisis and what it was like to live through that. And so I've listened to the first episode or two, and it's very, very good. As good as the Apollo one. So that would be a really good recommendation for a podcast. So the Cold War, Esoteric Radio Theater. Oh. And I've gone again. Who's gone?
No, you haven't. No,
Sorry,
you haven't.
sorry.
That was Kim this time.
I'm not sure
It's like a
what's going on.
virus. It's spreading to everybody.
You all
Coronavirus.
got quiet, and
Topical.
I'm like, where the hell? You know.
Do you know what?
Yes.
This is the only virus in the world that sort of makes you want to be make you thirsty. You know.
Yeah, I know. I love Corona. All right. Let's see. I guess it's
my
my turn.
hang on. Just one quick thing, right? I said my nephew James came up today. Well, he came up on the coach, and I picked him up from the bus station. All right. Oh God. Right. This is going to sound really bad, but it's very naive, and it's nothing malice or anything. But he sat on a seat, and the coach is quite full, so he sat next to his guy, and he didn't notice until 15 minutes into the journey. Right, this guy with Chinese, and all I kept thinking on his way back was, "Oh fuck, I hope I don't get coronavirus."
Oh, God.
But he's only young; he don't know these things. So yeah, he said, "Who didn't have a mask on?" So just because he's Chinese, don't mean to say he's been to fucking China, James. So yeah, I had to tell
it's really disconcerting. Really, really disconcerting. Meaning somebody from China or Chinese person with a Glaswegian accent. It really does throw you for a second. Yeah.
Even more disconcerting is meeting somebody that has a mask on. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Didn't complain.
I know. Post Super Bowl, things have quieted down. We're getting ready now for our kitchen remodel. So Robin, basically we're doing kind of we've decided to kind of go all in on it. So we're doing new cabinets, new countertop. We're doing the floor as well. So the footprint to the kitchen will basically be the same, but we're just updating everything. So needless to say, that's why we're starting to see boxes behind me, because my office will become a quasi storage unit for a lot of the stuff coming out of the kitchen. Looking forward to that. It's going to be really fun when I'm trying to work and then doing demo, because literally the kitchen's on the other side of this wall, so it's going to be loud as I'll get out in here.
Yep.
I may find myself at like a Starbucks working a few days out of the week. Watched the movie Joker finally last night.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've not seen it.
Right.
Yeah. If you have not seen the movie Joker, highly recommend. I will say this: it is not your atypical superhero movie at all.
Yeah.
It's more about his state of mind, isn't it? Apparently,
you literally watch him just. I don't want to say ascend, because it's really more like descend into becoming the Joker. You see him.
I thought he descended downstairs.
Yeah, but pretty much that's what happens. It is fantastically well acted. It is really dark, and honestly, it's not a happy movie. I mean,
I've heard people say that it could have been called Popsicle. It didn't necessarily be Joker.
It didn't have to be Joker. Yeah. It could have been almost anything. And interestingly, they kind of rewrite, I think, a little bit of the. Well, I shouldn't say they rewrite it, but there's some interesting timelines that you start to realize what is canon and what is not canon, because my understanding for the longest time in terms of the Batman side of things, when looking at it from the Batman lens, was the Joker kind of came about when Batman really first kind of emerged onto the scene. He Bruce Wayne basically becomes Batman in a sense to kind of counteract the Joker. This movie would have you believe the Joker came onto the scene well before Bruce Wayne was even at puberty. So it was interesting. It was interesting to see kind of that shift. And
I'm just curious to why you immediately think about puberty, Greg. I mean, could he not have been like kindergarten, or why do you think of puberty?
Well, because
Bruce Wayne was in the movie.
Yeah, it was because Bruce Wayne wasn't even 10 years old at the time. So I mean, the Joker hits the scene when his parents are killed.
Why did you say
Not-
puberty? What is it? It's this sort of sex thing that's in your head.
Okay, all right, sex, yes. That's always in my head, Robin. Always. Anyway, the Joker. It is a fantastic
Tell me about your
movie.
childhood, Greg.
Shut up, Robin. Fantastic movie. Depressing though. I mean, I watched it and I finished it and I was just kind of numb. It was hard to like be happy about having seen it because all I could think about was, fuck. I mean, it was. It's
okay.
I mean,
was it like
usually a movie has. No, usually a movie has. Yeah, the Schindler's List. Yeah, there's an equivalent there.
Yeah,
You walk away from the movie just being like, oh dear God, what did I just
something about Mary? Yeah.
Yeah, not something about Mary. That's different.
Different.
That you leave with a little bit of a happy feeling and a little bit of slick stuff.
Gel.
Yeah, gel. Anyway,
Is that hair gel?
so Joker though, I do highly recommend it. But just know what you're going into. It is not going to be a feel-good movie. It is a great DC Comics movie, but it is very different from anything you've seen before when it comes to, especially DC. I would say it's actually very different from any comic hero movie I've seen. Even the one, what was the one with the Squad?
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
AOC. Oh.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Birds of Prey, the new Harley Quinn movie, is getting good reviews. Because
Well, it'll be
Suicide Squad got panned, didn't it?
It'll be interesting to see if Harley Quinn follows this kind of path with the Joker versus Suicide Squad. They were anti-heroes, but they were kind of heroes, right? There is no mistaking who the Joker turns into, but you absolutely empathize with him for a good 2/3 of that movie. I felt horrible for him, and I was just like, dear God, nothing could go right for him, and it brings him to this level. And I'm going to stop talking because I feel like I'm spoiling stuff now. So
yeah,
Joker,
like my buddy Major Nelson won't watch it, so
yeah. It is
Please
worth the
fight
watch.
with fines.
Yeah.
Uncle Larry.
And for good reason. Good reason. Anyway, all right, let's dive into some game time.
Mm-hmm.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
All right, so games. I'm gonna lead off here. I will start things off. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Mark talked me into playing Ghost Recon because of the Terminator event. And I thought, okay, you know what? Let's dive in. I'll do this. You get some cool weapons out of it. Turns out, I really love this game. As much as I gave it grief end of year, because I do think Breakpoint came out too close to Wildlands support. And what I mean by that is they supported Ghost Recon Wildlands for so long. It always felt like it was getting new updates and content, and it was still a very viable game all the way up until Ghost Recon Breakpoint came out. So it just felt very samey. Same problem that Ubisoft had with the Division and the Division 2. They supported the original Division for so long that there wasn't enough of a gap for you to miss the Division. So the Division 2 comes out, and it's kind of like, well, I mean, it looks great and all, but it's kind of the Division. So, but Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I just really, I do want to applaud Ubisoft on how much they support these games and they continue to update them. This game feels very different from when it first came out. They've updated kind of how the crafting systems and the weapons loadouts all work. And I love the fact that you can play it solo and legitimately play it solo. You're not saddled with a bunch of AI characters that you have to babysit that get stuck in places or,
Get
mistakenly
spotted for you, yeah.
Right, yeah. And so and the jump in co-op is seamless. You just jump in, you're good, it works. So nothing but high praise. And the Terminator event, the Terminator DLC,
so good.
It works really well with the theme of the game because the whole thing behind Ghost Recon Breakpoint is you're dealing with drones and you're dealing with this advanced technology of drones and utilizing them as killing machines. So why not Terminators, right? Why not? It makes total sense. And so it all just works really well. And so I after I got done playing with Mark, sorry, Mark, don't tell your teachers. I just played additional hours that night, the next night, and so I've been logging in. The funny thing is, one of the things I set out to do, because Mark had said how he had gone around the map finding different camp spots and just basically going to them so he could fast travel to them.
Yep.
I took a helicopter all over the island and would just see smoke coming up from a campfire spot, set down, log into the camp spot, set up the tent, log back out, jump out, go back on the helicopter, fly around the island. So I did that all over the island. So there's all these little dots now on the island where I can fast travel to if I need to. But yeah, what a game. It's a great game. If you are curious about it, if you're thinking about picking this up, don't be afraid. It is worth getting. And I think actually my take, I like it better than Wildlands.
I think the Terminator event is finished now, sadly. So we can talk about it because we can't obviously spoil it.
That's not how you put it earlier on.
I thought it was continuing on.
No,
but the event itself is done.
No, you can replay it once you've done it. But
you got stuck into Greg earlier on because it was over and he misled you. You weren't that polite at all about Greg DeLacy. You were really, really nasty about him.
Yeah, he is. It's okay. I've got thick skin.
But if you look on the menu screen of the Terminator thing, it says it's coming back in 54 days, so in a couple of months it might be back. But the thing I loved about this event was, different to Wildlands where we did the Predator thing, that was just you went to this certain location in the woods and Predator popped out and you attacked him and he attacked you. With this, there's a proper little mini story. Character you meet who's from the future, like Michael Baine's character in the original Terminator. She's from the future to come to sort of like stop these Terminators. You get 2 cool new weapons which are specifically for Terminators, but you keep them regardless after the event's finished. And they're good for drones because they do extra damage to drones anyway, so they're cool to have.
Now, Mark, I will say this one thing about the story: when they first introduce her, when they first introduce her, it's like, "Hi, okay, I know this is gonna sound crazy. I'm from the future," and he's like, "Huh, well, I kind of don't believe you, but okay."
Yeah.
I mean, it felt very rushed to get to
I don't
that
think
point
they could spam it out too long, could they, really?
No, they couldn't. Yeah. They couldn't.
Yeah. But it's cool.
Outside of that.
There's quite a cool moment because you go into this underground bunker and Skynet have got this automated factory building hundreds of Terminators. It's fucking awesome. So, yeah, it's really cool. And then, before the event finished, once you've done the main story bit and taken down the sort of like big badass Terminator, you could do intercept missions where you could go to different areas on the island and there'd be a Terminator or 2 to take down. So, and you got rewards for that.
I tried doing that.
Yeah.
I tried doing that and I got my ass handed to me.
Yeah. They're tough.
Probably the funniest moment was it was a 3-story building. The Terminator was there. I arrive and he's fighting, regular soldiers. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to let them hopefully, whittle him down a little bit, which didn't happen. So I climb up to the top of the tower and I figure, okay, I'm going to be up here and I'll start sniping at him and I'll be able to take him out from a distance. He starts running around the building. Next thing I know, he's climbing up underneath me and I panicked and I jumped off the building and killed myself. Yeah.
But the first time I knocked a Terminator down, you don't destroy it straight away, but he sort of like fell backwards, and he did the classic Arnie thing where he just sits upright, bolt upright with 2 guns in his hands. It was just so cool.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's good stuff.
So
anyway.
I don't know why right now, but I'm having a real dilemma about why is Fortnite called Fortnite?
Because it takes 2 weeks to realise it's a shit game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then it says that it's because it's about building forts at night time. But night is spelled N-I-G-H-T, not N-I-T-E.
Okay. We're trying to be cool,
actually answer this.
It's not like 2 weeks.
No. So the Fortnite originated from when the original game, which was a single-player game that you could play co-op, where you would build up a fort to basically stave off a horde of monsters that would come at you. And so that was the original game. And then
what about the night?
Because it happened at night. You had to build up the fort during the day.
That's not how you spell night. Are you Americans that lax?
Shut up.
You accept it's not N-I-G-H-T? Seriously? What are we teaching kids?
You tell me. Your children play this game all the time. Anyway. So it born out of that game. And then they realized, oh, the online multiplayer might be cool. Let's copy Battlegrounds in every way possible, and then we'll make some twists. We'll add the building mechanic, and that'll be our thing. And then it took off like crazy, and you know what happened? They killed the single-player game, and they sacked that. They're like, oh, who cares about that?
Is it called Fortnite Save the World or something?
Yeah, they did release it. I know they released it, but it never did anything. And then they had the online multiplayer.
Well, didn't they release the beta, but you had to pay for the beta? And then when it was going to come out, they were going to give it free, but it never actually came out. Because like you said, the Battle Royale took off. Yeah.
Yep.
Good old Epic.
Anyway. Hey, Robin.
Yeah.
I heard you played one of my least favorite Halo games.
I'm having another issue as well.
Oh, no.
I mean, seriously, Colonial. I mean, why do they call them Colonial Marines?
Because they're
doing colonies on Halo rings.
There you go.
They're
colonizing. Colonizing, Robin. Colonizing. There you go. Good job, Mark.
Anyway, I played Halo ODST. It's been like an on and off thing, and I can't actually remember actually finishing this before. And I think it did. But all the achievements unlocked, so maybe just that's because it's an Xbox thing. But anyway.
Are you playing it on Master Chief Collection?
Yeah.
There's separate achievements, aren't there?
Okay, but I don't remember it. But then again, that's because at that stage in our lives, we were rushing through games so quickly, we don't remember the thing, you know?
You sure it's not to do with your age?
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm going to get all this back soon.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Even worse. Yeah, so Halo ODST, it's an old game now. It's now been put into the Master Chief Collection. It was one of those bonus games that they pulled into it. And it's in South Africa, somewhere new somewhere. Anyway, but it has a unique art style, which
New Mombasa,
mostly sort of,
I believe.
New Mombasa. It's set at sort of nighttime. You have this extra mode where it sort of puts little outlines around everything. It's like, but yeah, it's interesting. It's not the longest game ever, but it's funny in places, and it's refreshing. It was one of the very first games to introduce the firefight type thing.
Yeah.
Right. And that was its saving grace in my eyes.
Yeah.
I remember playing ODST, and they were hyping it up. They're like, it's going to be different from Halo, proper Halo. It's going to feel different because you're playing as an ODST. And they talked about all these differences it was going to have. Your view perspective is different because you're not as tall as Master Chief and things like that. It felt the same to me. It felt the same.
No, it's another Halo.
Tall.
You know, I really like campaign. I like it. I really do like it. It's pretty.
The story was good.
The story was quite like, in parts reminded me of Halo 1, where near towards the end, where you go down into this it's a basement thing. You have to try and rescue. The whole premise is you land on this planet and you get to go and find all of your mates. And it's almost sort of done in flashback as what happened to them and when they landed on the planet. Anyway, but there's bits that reminded me of the horrible library section, but much better. Stuff like that there from Halo 1. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I have lots of other new stuff to do, but Reach is in there now, and I really do fancy playing Reach.
Reach is good.
Yeah.
I like Reach.
I made a promise to Pete to make him play Reach, and
Reach
I've not held up on that promise so far.
Yeah. So yeah, I finished ODST on Heroic, so I'll maybe have a blast at Heroic because I think that's the right way to play Halo games in Heroic. Tough enough, but not too tough. So I think I'm going to blast a Reach. Do you know that package, that Master Chief Collection, is one of the best value game packages out there. It must be. There's so much content.
Well, it's on Game Pass now as well.
Yeah. Between them, it's a multiplayer, all of the games, the Forge, all the stuff. It's brilliant, really good. Anyway, plus there's all the episodes of the crappy TV series and stuff like that there. Funny, when I was playing it put me in the mood the other night, and Judith sort of dozed off on the sofa, and I put on the animated movie Halo Fall of Reach.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty actually not a bad thing, but Judith woke up halfway through it. Well, what is this? What's this?
They did an audio series as well, didn't they, Greg? For
Yeah,
that's good.
podcast.
Yeah, that was
podcast
really
leading
cool.
Up to Halo 5.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
It was like a reporter,
Yeah, I
wasn't
remember.
it? Yeah.
But that was before Halo 4 came out, wasn't it? Or Halo
No,
5?
Halo
That was
5.
a
That was
reach.
Halo
Was
5.
it? Oh, was it Halo 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that podcast was brilliant. I wish they would actually make the game of that. Anyway, been a few weeks since it was on. I finished off Call of Duty.
Yes. Excellent.
The
Oh,
story
you finished the
from that, that's
campaign?
very-
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the campaign's very, very good.
Yep.
Very, very, very good. Very good game. I thoroughly enjoyed the Call of Duties and just haven't had a lot of time to play anything. I've been playing more What the Golf on the phone from Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade's very good as well, actually. If you're a mobile gamer, not that I am, but that's been me. Halo ODST, old school, old fart playing old games. Sorry.
Fair
I've got
enough.
lovely softs. My slippers are so comfy tonight. They're looking soft.
Kim, we'll shift over to you. Witcher 3. Are we still in the main campaign? Or are we into the DLC at this point? I can't.
No, we're still in the main campaign because I still got to go to Skellige to
Oh,
finish
yeah.
You've got
Voluntary.
loads to do. And
So, but I've been kind of holding off because we were talking about leveling and stuff before, and I'm only like a level 19. So I've been kind of going back and finishing up some Witcher contracts from like way back when you first start because there were
Okay.
some that I didn't do that I blew off, and I've been trying to build up money too because the one captain that would take me wanted like 1,000 crowns.
Right.
So
Robin, we can't hear you.
I
Sorry,
can't.
sorry. What did you do to them?
What?
You blew him off? So I don't understand this terminology. What?
You
Is
do
this
what
something you
have
do in
to
the game?
Yes.
no,
yes.
I'm glad
As a
you brought
Witcher,
this up,
do.
Robin. I'm glad you brought this up because whenever we say anything slightly innuendo-ish, totally innocent, you get a smirk or a snigger or a snort from Kim. So thank you, Robin.
Let's all say dongle. That's dongle.
It's got a big one.
Dongle.
Yep.
Kim likes dongle.
Yes. So
Kim,
anyway, that's where I'm at.
I was going to say, I believe you do have to. I think they recommend you being level 30, if I'm not mistaken, for Skellige.
Yeah, and
please
well,
put them
and with
off.
the DLC, a lot of that's saying like level 34 and stuff.
Right.
So I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
it'll-
might as-
It'll auto level you for the DLC, if I remember correctly. I thought that was the case, but I could be wrong.
okay. Yeah, because I just finished the street brawl matches, and they told me I needed to be like a level 24, but I was a level 19, and I kicked all their asses. So.
Drop it to casual. You can kick everybody's ass.
Oh, I'm already dropping it down to, was it for the story only or whatever the hell it is? That's what I'm playing it on. And the Leshen, the monster with like the deer skull and the antlers and all that, he's still kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So I've avoided him like the plague.
All right.
So yeah, it is fun. I'm still trying to figure out the controls because, as I told you the last time I was on, I pretty much killed Geralt with the toxicity.
Well,
As I
maybe.
kept-
Maybe
So-
maybe we need to go back to something that was discussed earlier. Instead of blowing everybody off, you should try sucking less and just get better.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, we
For
did
now, for
discuss
now.
this about going
I
back
think we
to
can all
games.
follow that advice. Am I right?
Yes.
I'm just
No,
saying.
we could.
We're
we
going
could.
back to games that you've forgotten the controls, and it is like regaining your virginity because you fiddle about a bit until you get back into the feel of it, the game. So it takes a while. So yeah, when you've been away for a game for 6 months.
You don't really regain it though.
Hi, man.
All right. Anyway, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, let's talk about. Obviously, we talked about Ghost Recon already.
Yeah.
You played something else.
So quite a while ago, a long time ago, I played Horizon Zero Dawn.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Far away.
and I loved it, and I think it was my game of the year 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 3 years ago. Superb game. No, so the DLC was on sale a while ago, and I've had this DLC a long time, and I started it recently, and I stopped playing it just before Christmas when I didn't feel too good. So I've gone back to it now. I've got my gaming mojo back. Man, this game is superb, and this DLC is fantastic. It opens up a whole new large area, and obviously it's got a winter theme with it being frozen wilds. The snow effects are superb. Your footprints in the snow and everything. There's extra new machines to destroy. There's a new sort of like, not an enemy, but there's a new thing causing the machines to go haywire. And there's a new cauldron, a new tribe you meet, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I love it. So yeah, I finished the main story path, but there's quite a few side missions to do as well. So I've not seen any credits yet, so I've not actually put it down as a victory achieved. But I'm gonna do the rest of the side missions because it's so good.
I'm just watching Kim giggle, and I'm like, "What did you just say, Mark?"
Exactly. Yeah.
This is
It wasn't Mark. It wasn't Mark.
Half the time, I think she's
It's
paying
the
attention
chat.
to the chats. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get to the chat in just a moment.
Yeah.
Mark, though, more importantly, you've been playing, arguably, Game of the Year last year.
Yeah. So, like I said, because I've got my gaming mojo back, I've gone back to these two games. I have already started, and the other game what I've been playing is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Oh man, what a good game! What a superb game! I did do the naughty thing of, well, it's not naughty because it's in the game. I went for the double-bladed lightsaber early because you can visit that planet. Yeah, I did actually.
Double-bladed, baby.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It's good for crowd control, and you can turn it on and off. You can make it so it just sticks out once, Kim. Or you can have it double-ended. But yeah, it's really good. So this other planet you get this lightsaber from, this attachment upgrade. It's full of Darth Maul type people. They've all got little spikes on red, and they are tough. So I'm not that high level yet, so I have to just run to this chest, get this thing, then run back to the ship and fuck off back. But on the story now, I've just landed on Kashyyyk, which is the Wookiee homeworld, so I've just got there now.
Right.
So it's really progressing now. Yeah, really
Have you
like
seen
it.
your first Wookiee yet?
Yeah. I've not met one, but I've seen one in a cutscene carrying a wounded soldier behind me. Yeah, really
wait
cool.
till you see them actually in game.
Right, okay. No, it was a cutscene I saw.
They could have been better with the animation.
Right, okay, all right. Okay.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You know what? You just made me think of the fact that I saw Star Wars the last night, Last Jedi, whatever it was called. The recent
boring fart.
Yeah. I
I've
finally
not seen
saw
it yet.
Let me just say this.
it apparently wasn't that great if you're just now remembering it. You know.
Shut up.
It
was good.
Bad. No, it wasn't.
It was a love story. It was a love story for fans.
Oh.
Did I think of that?
Yeah,
I didn't want
this
love
is a
story.
person who thought God of War story was shit. So anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Boy.
No, but I think Jedi Fallen Order was a better story.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things what do bug me about this game. The main thing what I don't like is when you're going down icy slidey paths and you're trying to control the slide. The amount of times I've gone off the edge because you can't control it, it's unbelievable. So yeah, the slidey bits are getting annoying.
Follow
Keep
Kim's
the slidey
thing.
bits.
Stop sucking so much. And...
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
slidey
it's
bits
really
actually are awesome, and they get better in the game. There are, I think,
And
there's some tremendous moments that you have
Yeah.
yet to experience in the game.
Yeah.
Where I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna spoil anything.
All
Just
right, okay.
relax.
Yeah.
Just calm down. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But
No, don't touch me there. That is my no square.
anyway, yeah. No,
But
the
yeah.
game.
God.
The game uses traversal in very ingenious ways, and it becomes part of not just pathfinding but puzzle solving.
Right.
It's on the level of Titanfall 2, but just better, if you ask me. So
I know there's still some stuff I need to unlock because the first planet I went to, there's some places I can't get to, so I know I'll be revisiting it. And there's a boss.
you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, but I know there's sort of like various legendary creatures what you come across, and I came across one early on just by accident, and that thing whooped my ass.
Avoid it all.
In fact,
costs.
a lot of things in this game whooped my ass. This game is not an easy game, and I have no shame in saying I've got it on story mode. I'm not ashamed to say it's on story mode.
No, take any shame in that.
And I'm enjoying it a lot better because I was getting pretty frustrated because it's not easy. And when you hear people like Chinny say, "Oh, it's not easy," then you know it's not easy because he's pretty good at games. So. Well, he used to be. He's getting old now, like all of us, isn't he?
He used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I set up a Patreon.
He's like over 40 years old, haven't you heard?
Yeah. But yeah,
Robert?
really enjoying it. I love the customization. You can change the colour of your lightsaber and everything. And you can get different skins for it, different switches and stuff. What?
One complaint.
What?
One complaint on the aesthetic choices they give you for your outfits.
Yeah, I don't like the ponchos, but yeah.
Oh my God, they put these ponchos. They look like trash bags. You look like you're a homeless person if you put these things on. It is horrible.
It's like when the kids wear a black bin liner for Halloween. It's
who in their right mind would wear this into combat? Nobody would be. So
No.
I would always just not wear the poncho.
No, I
and
don't,
thankfully,
Poncho Vita?
I'm with you on that.
finally, yes, your homeworld. I finally found an outfit that I liked with no poncho, and I stuck with that for the rest of the game.
Well, actually, some of the
Cussing!
do you know the pre-order bonus stuff?
Baby shark did. Oh, no.
The pre-order stuff, the bonus content, premium content stuff's pretty good. So
Yeah, it is. All right, sorry, Mark. We talked totally over you.
yeah, no, it's all right.
I'm happy to hear you like that game.
Yeah, that first planet you went to, it's not just a lightsaber hack and slash. There's a lot of puzzles involved because on this first planet you visit, the puzzles you have to use like vents which blow wind out, and you move a massive ball. And you have to get the ball in a switch, and it's not as easy as it looks. Yeah. So yeah, you have to think about stuff. It's oh God, move on.
No.
But yeah, really good. Yeah, I can see why you gave it Game of the Year, Greg. I can see why you gave it Game of the Year.
Good. Well, just have a bottle and relax. All right, let's move on. Real quick, Kim.
She's snorting again.
Yeah, can you please give the chat a shout out? Let's give the people in the show
Give us a few seconds.
thumbs up. Yeah.
All right. Our shatters are Scott Stubby and Teflon 12. Thank God, there's all two of them.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott Stubby and Jason, both of you.
Exactly.
Jason?
We've apparently driven everybody else away.
What the?
I know.
I've just seen that picture what Robin put up.
Yes. For those that don't know, Robin posted a picture with Robin with a little baby Mark with a baby bottle in his face, and of course a chicken right off to the side.
I'll put into what's next. I'll stick it into what's next, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
hold on.
I think now would be a good time to do a quiz.
Woo!
Oops.
Or not. Maybe not.
For the amateur.
Just before we do that, I'm just gonna. Oh fuck!
Really?
Who are you gonna do that to?
Yeah. He's
It's
changing
just
his
a
green
memo.
screen.
No.
I'm
I'm showing everyone this.
Your chicken picture?
Yeah.
I don't know if they should see your chicken.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your chicken.
I'm not bothered about the chicken. It's the bottle. I don't want bottle. I want bitty. Right. Anyway, well, we're right. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Blankety Blank. Let me get the screen up. All right. Here we go. So Blankety Blank. What is it? Let me get the thing. Oh God, I'm so prepared this week. Aren't I? Not. Right. So this is not stolen in any way, shape, or form from the iconic BBC quiz show. Sorry, Mr. Late Terry Wogan. I'm going to give you a popular character from a video game and a well-known quote that character said, but one of the words is going to be missing. It's going to be blanked out. All you have to do is WhatsApp me what that word is, and I'll give you multiple choice now. So it's nice and easy for you. So you just got to tell me what the word is. So good luck with this. Right, your first phrase, when I figure this shit out. I need to get quicker at this. I'm too old. I'm nearly 50, you know.
We know.
Where is it? Right. Right.
It's okay, Rolling. It's okay.
Right, so...
Bingo.
Oh, bingo, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, so your first quote is from Khan from Metro 2033. And he said, even in dark times... Even in dark times, we cannot relinquish the things that make us blank. Even in dark times, we cannot relinquish the things that make us blank. Is it A, stronger? Is it B, human? Is it C, fearful? Or is it D, hornier? I put that in just for Kim.
Thank you.
Sorry, what was the fifth one again?
Is it A, stronger? Oh, hang on. Right, I've got answers from Kim and Robin, not from Greg yet.
Do you? I haven't done anything
Oh
yet.
yeah, it's come through yet. Right, so
You
Greg,
are getting older.
Yeah, it's just come through. Didn't you hear it? Oh no, you can't hear my PC. So Greg has said human, Kim has said human, and Robin has said cunt. Human. And you are all correct. It is human.
Correcto mundo.
Well done, well done, well done.
Please, Mark, do you mind not using those words, please?
All right, sorry, twat.
It's a bit strong. It's a bit strong.
Question 2. You stupid vagina. Right. Emily Caldwin from Dishonored said, "It's a funny thing, blank. It can take one to sublime heights or harrowing depths, and sometimes they are one and the same. It's a funny thing, blank. It can take one to sublime heights or harrowing depths, and sometimes they are one and the same. Is it A, power? Is it B, wealth? Is it C, ambition? Or is it D, Viagra?"
Just read the answers again, please.
A, power. B, wealth. C, ambition. Or D, Viagra.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking.
Think quicker. It's only a 2-hour show.
I sent mine in. There you go.
Right, okay, I've got Greg's. Ooh. Oh shit, is anyone keeping score?
No, not
I
really.
might get a bit of paper. You all got it right, didn't you?
Which one? Which one is the toss of a coin?
Right.
Okay.
Here we go. Right, so Robin has gone power, Kim has gone power, and Greg has gone ambition.
I was
Yeah,
going
it
to
was a
say
tough one
ambition.
between
We
us.
have a winner, and the winner is Greg. It's ambition.
Yeah.
Well done,
It
Greg.
was one or the other.
Well
Damn
done,
it.
Greg.
I had ambition for that, and it's brought me down to the depths of despair.
I hate when that happens.
Damn it.
Right, and the final one is Alan Wake from the game Alan Wake. And he said, "If our lives are already written, it would take a blank man to change the script. If our lives are already written, it would take a blank man to change the script." Is that A, strong?
Jesus.
Is it B, courageous? Is it C, powerful? Or is it D, naked? Kim will pick
Well.
naked any day every week.
What were
Well,
the options
that
again,
depends
please?
on the man.
Strong. B is courageous. C is powerful. D is naked. It would take a blank man to change the script. Strong, courageous, powerful, or naked. Play your cards right music on a blankety blank game show.
What is love?
All right, it's
Alright,
being
I'll-
sent over to you, Mark.
Yep, Kim,
Yeah, by
Robin,
Pony Express.
and Greg.
There we go.
Right, so Greg has said courageous, Kim has said powerful, and Robin has said courageous. And who's got it right? It's Greg and Robin. It's courageous. Well done. Greg, 3 for 3. Robin, 2
wow.
points. And Kim, 1. So well
Yeah.
done, guys. Well done.
Take that,
Do, do,
Kim.
do, 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 do.
It ain't over yet.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, we're at the
No,
summer.
it's not. I gotta
Oh, well
catch
done.
up.
Well done.
Updating.
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
That's it.
It was only
Kim, I'm
3.
gonna update yours.
Okay.
Robin, I'm updating yours
Yeah.
as well.
So, look, do the scores continue? Or
Apparently.
what? Is this a new thing?
No, the new one. No, up here.
Oh,
The blue ones. That's from the audio quiz.
Then why
OC,
didn't we- then why didn't we
BB
already get
leaderboard.
look at that. I
Yeah.
have an updated squat then. So that is
Oh, Dead Air's so good, isn't it?
it is. It's
We
really
are
good.
experiencing technical difficulty.
Greg
Yeah,
is technically
well.
difficult.
All right.
Right. What's next, Greg?
So-
What's next?
I think what could be next would be we actually slide into a pair of comfortable shoes. We're going to talk about news, but right before we talk about the news, we are going to talk about the monthly freebies. Kim, this is your time to shine.
Shine, baby, shine.
We done that before, but all right. Let me scroll back up there.
My show. Shut up.
Oh well, fine. I'll just leave if that's the way it is. We have your games with gold for this month are TT Isle of Man, available now through the 29th.
Robin
Call of
bought
Cthulhu. All right.
Good.
For February 16th through March 15th, Fable Heroes, February 1st through the 15th. Star Wars Battlefront, February 16th through the 29th.
Just to note, that is the original Xbox Star Wars Battlefront, not the newer one on EA Access. Yeah.
Gotcha.
OG, original.
OG.
Very old.
Yeah. Nearly as old as us, Robin.
That put a lot of hours into it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we done?
Sorry,
for
Kim.
your PlayStation Plus games for the month are BioShock Collection, available the 4th through the 3rd of March, and then we have The Sims 4, which is also available, and Firewall 0 Hour, which is also available the 4th through the 3rd of March.
I should make a note on that. That's actually a VR game, so you need VR for that one.
Well,
the
there you
Firewall.
go. If you have VR, then Firewall 0 Hour is for you. If you don't, well, tough luck.
Yeah.
Your Twitch Prime games for the month are Narcos, Rise of the Cartels.
I can't believe that's in there. I bought that.
I know.
There it is. Desert Child, Stereodin, White Knight. I think I have White Knight. I think I bought that on the Xbox.
Yeah, Greg's got that on the Xbox because I've got it available to download.
I think that's the reason I bought it was because of Greg.
Yeah.
So, Stadia Pro, you have Metro Exodus and Guilt.
Robin, did you buy either of those games?
Which ones?
The Stadia Pro ones.
Metro Exodus or Guild?
And I hope
no.
You can get 2 games for now. Yeah.
Are you re-upping your subscription to Stadia?
Or has it run out?
It
Do you
should
have to
be
cancel
coming
it?
up.
Do I cancel it?
You do have to cancel it if you don't.
I went all the way. Stadia's a future man.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Kim. Let's shift gear. Talk some news.
Here is the fucking news.
Show. It's a really long show. All right. EA Motive is hiring for a new unannounced IP. EA is hiring a technical architect for its upcoming unannounced IP. It's hard for me to get excited about these games when it's just unannounced IP. But look, Respawn has given EA, I think, a new lease on life a little bit. They released some fantastic games this past couple of years between Titanfall 2, Apex Legends, and Star Wars Jedi Knight. It no longer feels like EA just releases broken games. So let's hope the mojo continues. Let's hope this new EA Motive game is good. And
I think the biggest thing for me when I saw this was new IP. Instead of rehashed sequels and sequels of sequels and prequels, it's a new IP. What's she laughing at now? Come on, Kim, let us in on a joke. Oh,
Chat
God.
to chat.
Yeah. Someone's into some lyrics there. Whoa.
Yeah, new IP is potentially exciting, but we had Anthem from BioWare.
Yeah.
Yes, it was good.
Oh, yeah. Nice little segue there, Greg, because talking of Anthem, it's been patched recently, and Ding Dong Merrily on High, the latest Anthem patch notes are out, and they've extended their Ice Tide seasonal event until February, but they've left the Christmas decorations up. All the Christmas stuff's still up. Yeah, still snow on the ground, the Christmas lights are still up. So...
Mark, there's always that neighbor.
Yeah, there is.
That,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Puts it up in October and takes it down in March. Sad bastards.
Yeah, at least most of our neighbors, they keep their lights up. They just don't plug them in anymore.
That's
so
handy.
maybe
So you have
EA
to put them up again.
Maybe EA should just pull the plug on Anthem.
It's like you have 12 pairs of underwear. January, February, March. Saves you having to think about it.
Moving forward. The Outer Worlds Switch release apparently is getting delayed because of the coronavirus. So,
well, last week we mentioned the Taipei game show's being cancelled, and now this. And it's not that any of the stuff are poorly. It's just precautionary, isn't it?
Yeah, no. So the developer of the Switch port is Virtuoso. They're based in Singapore, but they have offices across China. And obviously, the coronavirus is getting very serious. And nobody knows quite how serious, to be perfectly honest, because we don't necessarily know the news coming out of China is all that accurate. So,
Can I be serious?
Yeah, can you?
if
That's actually a
that's
really good
possible,
question.
yeah, is
That
that
is a
actually
good question.
humanly possible? But go on.
Yes, Robin.
He's just being serious. He's just...
Yes.
Can I be serious?
But this actually ties into another thing that is starting to be talked about, which is could the actual next generation consoles, could the next generation consoles get affected by the coronavirus in that their manufacturing could get delayed?
I was just going to say, where do most of these electronic components come from?
Right.
Made in China.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the boxes?
Yeah, Foxconn and all.
Fucking flu. People that are susceptible are frail and infirm and stuff like that. Come on.
It's a little bigger than the flu, though.
What is it? How big? Much bigger? It's not. There's no spots. You don't get like sugar cubes covered in medicine that the doctor gave you for it. It's the flu. People that are infirm and stuff like that. They're trying to stop that bad flu. It's not like 1916.
Right.
Remember that one?
Right. 2 years from now, when the apocalypse has happened, I would like us all to remind Robin. Remember when you called it just the flu and it wiped out the entire population? Yeah. This is how it starts, Robin. It's how it starts. Zombies are next.
I know that, but it's so annoying. I mean, they talk about, the spread and so many people have it and this, that, and the other. But it is. That's what it is. It's a strain of the flu.
I can't say.
Speaking of
well, don't you say what? I mean, yes, your wife would be very susceptible to the virus. She would be one.
If I pick this up from work, that's it. She'd be really struggling. But
yeah, so it is. But it is.
But I've seen some some confidential bulletins from work, which obviously I can't disclose, and it's not good shit. It's a bit worse than flu.
The most serious part about it is that
a bit of a limp with it as well, like a limp.
Well, in a way, yes.
Or what?
Instead of one nose running, you get two nostrils running.
It stays hidden, if you will, for up to 14 days. So you can get the flu, you can get this coronavirus, and not know it for a good 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. That's what's dangerous about it. And unless you're tested for it,
spreads really easy.
Okay, you had a good 2 weeks, then you die? What? Okay, there you go.
Mine better be a damn good 2 weeks, and that's gonna happen.
In a day, you make the most of them.
Robin.
I'm sorry, I'm not making light of it, but there seems to be a bit of it. Mark knows secret information that he could tell us, but then he'd have to kill us.
Yeah.
But
I'd lose my job.
A bit of an exaggeration here going on as well. There really is. It's really.
Oh, there's a lot of scaremongering. Really the press are fuckers for scaremongering. Yeah.
It is. It has caused no more deaths so far that we know of. Whatever, Nancy. Hey, Nancy, stop talking.
I think it was disgraceful. Disgraceful.
But no, let's put it into perspective. There's been a lot more people have died in America and in the UK this year from standard flu.
Yeah, 600 deaths from flu a year.
So, keep it in perspective.
And just like flu, a lot of these people wearing masks, the biggest thing you need to do is wash your hands regular or use hand sanitizer. Keep your hands clean, because no matter how much you wear a mask, if you've got it on your fingers and you touch your mouth, you're going to get it. Yep. So hand cleanliness is absolute key to this. That's our public health warning for everybody.
Right.
You can have that free, no Patreon required.
That's our monthly health service announcement for the Overseas Connection podcast.
Season 2 of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare season pass has leaked. And apparently, it's Leaky Boat.
Mop it up,
the old Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 2. It's going to have Ghost and Rust confirmed. I don't even know what this. I haven't even read this yet. Ghost and Rust.
What are these?
Apparently, they're operators. The new operator, Ghost and Rust. I never knew. Oh, Rust is the multiplayer map. See, if I had just read this story ahead of time, would have made much more sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners. I'm not sorry. So Ghost is the new operator. Rust is the multiplayer map. And
we had some fun on Rust. Was that Modern Warfare 2 Rust, Robin? Or was it 3?
What?
Or was it for Rust? The map Rust.
In your pants.
What?
Rust.
Call of Duty. Oh God.
Rust. Which one was
Anyway,
Rust? That was
there
the wee
was the
tiny
map.
small one. The wee
Yeah.
tiny small map.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the like the
Modern
little
Warfare
factory
2.
thing in the middle with the conveyor belt thing. Yeah.
That was a hard one. Yeah.
I believe the map will be available for everybody. If it's not,
Is this Call of Duty, is it?
yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, all the maps are available for everyone now because of crossplay. It's the
I want the one that
skins
was.
and everything.
There was one which was wouldn't be that hard to create. You know the multiplayer map now, which is like in the caves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're running around the cave and the outside. There was one like that, but it had a plane in the middle of this valley.
Right.
And there was a few little
Yeah,
caves.
yeah.
In
I remember.
It was like
Yeah.
deserty one.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Oh yeah.
That was a good map.
There was one with a silo as well. Is that the same one? I don't like a silo in the middle, and yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I remember the
And had
silo
like
now.
buildings
Yeah.
all around the edge. You can go through the buildings and everything.
I want DM3 from Quake. If they can make DM3 from Quake, I'll be very, very happy.
You know what I want? I want to hear
Yeah,
about
I
what
want a
new
drink.
games are coming up, Kim.
Oh, all right. I can help you there. I can't do shit about maps, but I can at least do that. All right, your new releases for February 9th through February 16th are AO Tennis 2 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, out February 11th, which is my brother's birthday. But anyway, Yakuza 5 for the PlayStation 4 is also out on the 11th. Florence for the Switch, PC, and Mac is out on the 13th. Luna, the Shadow Dust for the PC on the 13th. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition for the PlayStation 4 and PC on the 14th. Okay, that's Valentine's Day. Am I the only one a little weirded out that Street Fighter 5 is coming out on Valentine's Day? But
Lonely
okay.
people
No,
need
sounds
something to
good.
do.
Apparently.
Pete's
Darksiders
picking that up.
Genesis.
Um,
Well, that explains a lot.
Darksiders Genesis.
Right.
I had a quick look on YouTube to see what that's about. That's like a Diablo
good.
thing. It's like a Diablo version of Darksiders. Looks really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a
Darksiders-
Stadia timed exclusive. Fun fact.
Huh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, Darksiders Genesis for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, also out on the 14th. Dreams for the PlayStation 4 is out on the 14th, and Table Manners also out on the 14th, and that is for your PC. And those are
Okay.
your new releases.
Hey, can we really talk about the elephant in the room? Kim has a brother. He has a birthday.
I know,
She didn't
Peter.
even give him
No,
a shout out.
No.
Not a shout out at all.
He doesn't listen to the show, so he'd never
Well,
know.
Let's give
Anyway,
him a shout out.
all right.
What's your brother's name?
his name is Stacy. Yes. So happy birthday, Stacy. He'll be 30-something, 36, I think. So terrible.
I just go back to the moment where Mark was like, "Ooh, a lady listener."
I'm not saying nothing.
It's
That
a
was
family
Shannon.
name.
Yeah.
My dad had a.
Don't hear
I've got a
Happy
new
birthday.
listener, Shannon. Ooh,
It
a
was-
lady.
it was
I know it's
Stacey.
not.
Mm.
No,
Stacy?
Stacy. Yes.
Stacy Quiche is what I think of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, Stacy. That's the official happy birthday right there.
Yep.
Okay. We are
There you-
moving on.
I'm
Robin,
sorry. My line dropped and I disappeared off the call. Stacy? Is his name Stacy?
Yes. His name is
Stacy.
Stacy.
Wow. What happened there?
I don't know.
Sorry, is that a common thing in America? You like
well,
America?
yeah,
Is it like
because
It's
Stacy, a
about
girl-
as common
boy's
as
name?
Shannon.
Well, over here,
Yeah.
the common is female names.
Exactly.
Stacy.
Exactly. It's a less common male name, but
It's
Stacy
like
Quiche is
Lindsay. It's like Lindsay for a man as well.
There is a guy in my hometown whose name is Kim. So
Oh,
there you have it.
There's also a guy.
So was the leader of North Korea.
What? Yes, as well. You know.
Also
Yeah.
a girl that we know of named Tim. So, okay.
There you go.
We're moving on. We're going to talk about victories achieved. Robin.
Wow. I wasn't expecting it to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Victories achieved, Robin. Let's talk
Wow.
about it. What's
Victory
going
Achieved
on?
is this fantastic thing. I love it. It's been going for years. It's been going on for nearly as long as Mark has been going on. And we've given as much money and as many times probably as Mark's internet has dropped tonight. So what it is literally it was a way in the olden days to encourage you to finish your games, and it's an art form that is disappearing and failing us all because we've got so much choice, so many games to play. We skip like butterflies from game to game without having any sort of buy-in. Well, I'm encouraging you to buy into your games, even if they are sort of free. We do the sort of because Greg likes the sort of. So finishing games with the credits, it gives you a great feeling. Like when you see the credits coming up and there's something at the very, very end, and there might be an epilogue and things that you would miss otherwise. And you see all those names that come up, those hundreds, sometimes not hundreds, I say, thousands of people that go into making a game. It's nice to see those. Anyway.
Real quickly, Robin, hold on. Sorry, got to tell the story. I sat through all of the credits on Call of Duty expecting some kind of little like teaser at the end of it for some dumb reason. Dear God. No, that was the longest credit screen I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, but there is a big epilogue thing in that too.
There is an epilogue thing, yeah. Yeah, I did see it.
So,
not worth it though.
So, if you're one of those people that likes to sit at the end of every Marvel movie right to the very, very end, and then you go to something like Driving Miss Daisy, and you sit at the very, very end, and there's nothing happens. It's not. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So if you finish your games, what we do is you send a tweet off to @OC_podcast with a hashtag thing, victory achieved, and with a photograph of yourself with the credits in the background, or a trophy, or gamer score, whatever is your flavor, and you tweet that off to me. When I get time, then retweet that with a chicken on it. And usually something semi-sarcastic or facetious about your physical features. I will extend a nose or add some glasses or a silly hat to them. Yeah, whatever it may be.
Right.
And it gets tweeted off, and you get entered into a draw that gets drawn every 3 months for real money. Just money. We've given away hundreds. Nay, not hundreds, thousands of dollars.
Billy Connolly were on with you, Sherlin.
And it's great.
I
think $50 or £15 for PSN, XBL, or Steam, or Nintendo, or that thing that I bought. Jesus, what's it called? Stadia. Yes. Anyway, people finish games this week, and they're entered automatically into this draw. So if you haven't done it before, do it. Finish your game, send it off. Mm-hmm. So, Mark Annex, at the tip end of last week, finished Assassin's Creed Rogue. The Taft Man, he finished Zelda, A Link Between Worlds on a 3DS, no doubt. Caliburn M finished Final Fantasy X, or X. Filthy, the old fart, finished Jurassic Park Evolution. He is a dinosaur.
83 today. 83.
John Mouse, he's really he's up there. He's current. He's cutting edge. He finished Dead Space. Stomp. Good lad. Brilliant game. Dinnock TQ, you're making this crap up. He finished The Dark Pictures, Man of Medan.
Medan.
Teflon.
Medan.
That game.
Medan. Like a virgin. Okay, we're back to that again. Teflon 12 Jason, who's in the chat, he finished the Untitled Chicken game. And I finished Hello ODST. So well done. And now, as it says on the screen, play some cunt squeezing his balls.
Woo! You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. A victory's achieved.
That was succinct and to the point, and without any waste of all of any sort of words.
No waste of words at all. Kim,
yes.
We've gotten to that time of the podcast. This is where I like to say,
you've had enough.
Yeah, I've literally had enough. So, Kim, if I were to tell you we broadcast every week on Twitch, on Mixer, on YouTube, would you believe me?
Yes, I would.
Would you believe it's 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 6 p.m. on Easter Island, and 7 a.m. in Melbourne?
No way.
Yeah, no. Honest to God, truth. Totally true.
I'll be damned.
Would you believe that at some point in time tomorrow, when our account gets unlocked, we'll actually be able to post the audio version?
Finally.
Yep.
All Mark's fault.
And once that audio version is released, maybe, just maybe, we could say, give us a review. Maybe iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, someplace, YouTube even.
Mm-hmm.
Think that'd be reasonable?
I think it would be, yes.
Okay. All right. And I think, we can just cut to the chase, Mark. We should just play that audio right about now.
You like us, we like you. See where I'm going with this? Follow us on Twitter at OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
I think it was disgraceful. Disgraceful.
So now Judith has just sent me a text. We have worked out why the kids are absolutely crazy today.
Full moon?
Full moon.
Oh.
That is why the kids aren't. Do you know what? Right. Non-parents, you have no idea. When there's a full moon, kids go fucking bananas. Completely irrational.
They do. Also, regular people go crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know any regular people.
No, you do not. All right. We're going to start this off. Kim, lead the way. Give us some shout-outs. Maybe even the shatters. A little wrap-up post-show love.
Sure. That I can do. All right, our shatters, we've had Scott Stubby, Teflon12, Commander Root, and I'm going to mangle this one terribly, and I do apologize, but I think it's Bray Core. So, yeah, thanks for jumping in our chat and keeping us preoccupied and trying to finish our song lyrics. So, I appreciate that. Shout out to you guys. My God, it's been freaking hilarious today. So, thanks for that. Because it's been a little rough the last couple weeks, and you guys know why. So, this was fun. I don't know. I hope everybody has a good week, and it's going to be Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. And how about you there, Robin?
Yeah, well, let me see. I would like to a big shout out to the Sears catalog for finally releasing the pictures of Greg DeLacy and his tidy whities when he was a model.
Yep.
They were released earlier today. Thank you. That now actually, and unfortunately, his modeling career was cut short in 1975 because of the full frontal scandal in Sears. Yeah. Actually, it's a thing. If you look it up, you'll see Greg 1975, the Sears full frontal catalog scandal.
Oh, dear.
The good news is, though, I get residuals off this, Robin, so thank you for bringing this back up. This is good. Yeah.
Happy birthday to Phil. Phil,
indeed.
Happy birthday, fella. Yeah. At one point, I felt quite sorry for him yesterday because he kind of thought we forgot. Phil, no. I have a beautiful... Just stay with me a second. Chat among yourselves.
I don't know how...
Who the fuck is that guy?
So I... Phil, I didn't get it posted, but I will get it posted tomorrow. So I just a week or so ago, I ordered.
That's cool.
This is a signed Picard print from the TV thing. So this is for Phil for his birthday.
Oh, nice.
So that's on his way to tomorrow. I'll get that in the post. I promise to you. So yeah, that's nice. Picard's very good, actually.
Yeah, I've not seen this week's.
Yeah. So that's it. So yeah, happy birthday, everybody. Thanks very much for listening, guys. And yeah, I'm a Trump person. Sorry.
I think it was disgraceful.
Mark, why don't you go ahead and go?
I want to shout out you guys. I want to shout out my internet connection this week.
Right.
It's not dropped once, so thanks for sorting it out, Virgin Media.
Yeah, you're almost 50. They'll drop. Don't worry.
Shout out to the weather for flooding our local area. Thanks for that, you twat. Yeah, that's about it, really. Let you take us out, Greg.
All right. Well, I would like to shout out Mark's PC. Yeah. You know what? I want to shout out the three of you. Today was absolutely a blast. Very fun show. For those audio listeners, whenever we get it up, yeah, hopefully you will enjoy it as well. For those that missed it live, hey, what can we say? You'll get to listen to it sometime later. Dongle, yeah. On the political front, look, we can be Republicans, we can be Democrats.
Yes.
But most importantly,
we want to be Americans.
No, it doesn't matter who you are.
We want to make America great again.
People on the other side of the aisle are not monsters. We are all in the same world together. So, yeah, just know.
How many pieces of paper have you got there, Robin?
Everybody except Robin.
He's going through a whole box.
He is murdering trees right now, making a point. Anyway.
Do you know what? That's calling the kettle
Robin,
black. I'm going to pull myself up by my bootstraps.
Shut up.
And get on with it.
Alexandria, quiet. All right, here we go. It is time to play that funky music, Mark. Everybody have a fantastic week. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week, please.
Bye.
We would love to have you part of the show live.
Yes, indeed.
We're done.
I think it was disgraceful.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
I think it was disgraceful. Disgraceful. I think it was disgraceful. Disgraceful.
See you same time next week.
I think it was disgraceful. Disgraceful.